Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make French Éclairs, so let's get started. Now, the first step to making your French Éclairs is to make the vanilla custard. You're going to want to make this a day before you finish and assemble your éclairs because it needs to stay in the fridge to chill overnight and firm up. So, the day before you make your éclairs, you're going to want to get a small or medium saucepan and add in 6 egg yolks. I already separated egg yolks for this occasion. You're going to break it up with a whisk, and then you're going to add in half a cup of golden granulated cane sugar and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're going to whisk it up, making sure that it won't turn frothy and fluffy and white. The egg yolks need to stay nice and golden so that it doesn't get frothy when you whisk it on the stove. Just like that. Then you're going to add in a 1/4 cup of arrowroot starch and whisk it up. Then you're going to add in 2 cups of non-dairy milk of your choice. I'm using oat milk, but you can also use coconut milk. I find that oat milk works best. And whisk it up with the egg yolks and all the other ingredients. Then you're going to place your custard mixture on the stove. You're going to put it on medium-low heat and whisk it up and let it sit. And you're going to do this alternating in between to let the custard warm up and thicken a little bit. But once you find that it's nice and warm, and also, by the way, you should also scoop up some of the frothy bubbles, if you have any, with a spoon, just like I'm doing right here. But anyway, once it's nice and warm, you can put your hand on hover your hand on top to make sure it's nice and warm. You're going to place it on medium heat, not medium-low, medium heat, and whisk vigorously until it's nice and thick and custard-like. Just like that. And you can make sure that it's nice and thick, the thickness is at the right amount, by dipping in a spoon and scooping a bit of the custard off with your finger or with another tiny spoon, and leave a mark. Just like that. And then it's time to strain this. I guess this step's optional, but I'd say you should strain your custard with a strainer or a colander into your bowl in which you're going to place in the fridge overnight, so that in case you get any scrambled eggs, it won't go into your nice and smooth custard mixture or into your éclairs. And then just cover it with a kitchen towel and let it sit at room temperature, and then place it in the fridge overnight. The next step to making your éclairs is to make the choux pastry dough. You can make this the day you're making your custard or the next day when you assemble your éclairs. But either way, you're going to first make the dry ingredients in a small bowl. So to that small bowl, add in 1 cup of white rice flour, half a teaspoon of psyllium husk, 1 teaspoon baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Whisk this up until incorporated and then set it aside for later. Actually, place it on the stove because the next thing you're going to do is get a small saucepan and add in 1 cup of water and half a cup of coconut oil. Virgin or non-virgin, it doesn't matter. Then you're going to place it on high heat and let the oil melt and then let it boil. And once it's boiled, you're actually going to dump in the dry ingredients and lower the heat a little so that it doesn't explode on you. And you're going to whisk it up, you're going to fold it up with a spatula until a nice fluffy white dough forms. Once the dough is formed, you're going to immediately dump your dough into the bowl of your stand mixer with a whisk attachment. Then you're going to let it whisk on low for 2 minutes so that it cools. And in the meantime, you're going to crack your 4 room temperature eggs. Oh, and by the way, if you forgot to take them out in the morning, just place them in warm water for a bit and they'll be room temperature. Anyway, crack them into your now empty dry ingredients bowl to just prepare for the next step. And the next step is to add your eggs one by one into the dough that is now cooled, and gradually turn the speed up. until it reaches the highest speed. Then you're going to let it whip until all the clumps disappear and it turns nice and smooth and sticky. Just like that. Then you're going to add the sticky dough into your star-tipped piping bag, and you're going to pipe strips of dough onto your 2 silicone-lined baking sheets. Just like that. And do this for the rest of your dough. Then with a wet finger, you're going to perfect your doughs by patting the pokey spots so that it turns out nice and smooth. Then you're going to place it in the oven, preheat it to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Once those 30 minutes are done, you're going to take out your puffy golden beautiful choux pastries out, and you're going to immediately with a boba straw poke holes on the sides of each. This is the hole in which you're going to pipe your custard the next day and to let the steam out in the present moment. It's the next day and also the day that you're going to finish and assemble your French Éclairs. So you're going to first make your ganache. Add in half a cup of oat milk or coconut milk into a small saucepan and let it boil on high heat. Once it boils, turn the heat off and add in 1 cup, a little more than 1 cup of chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips in this case. You're going to let it sit in the milk for a little bit so that it melts. And once you've done that, you're going to whisk it up with a tiny little whisk until it's nice and glossy and smooth. Just like that. And then you're going to assemble your eclairs, and this is the really fun part. So first you're going to get your chilled custard out from the fridge and place it in a small tipped piping bag. Then you're going to pipe some custard into each of your holes that you made the day before, and then fill the eclairs until they can't be filled any longer and the custard doesn't fit. It's going to be nice and heavy, and a lot more heavy than it used to be. Then you're going to dip the filled eclair into the chocolate ganache. And you have just completed 1 eclair. Now all you need to do is the exact same thing to all the rest of the eclairs that you've made. And if you want to be extra fancy like me, you can add in a sprinkle of golden luster dust onto each eclair. This will make it extra beautiful and dainty. And that's it. You've just made French Éclairs. You should be so proud of yourself, and I'm so happy you watched this video. Here's how the inside looks, just for your curiosity. It's really delicious. So I hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy. Happy baking, and thanks for watching. Bye.